Earth, air, fire, and water. These four elements represent the nations in which our story today is set, and in harmony they lay until one day the Fire Nation attacked. And for 100 years, war waged. And today, we are taking a look at but a sliver in that timeline, where we are going to be following three young adventurers as they are going to be trying to smuggle different packages throughout this war. But I am but a narrator in this journey today, and more or less what you would call a game master. So let's go and take a look at the other people that are going to be telling me this story today in Avatar Legends, The Secrets of War. Alright, now, this is our fantastic cast that we have with us today for Avatar Legends, The Secrets of War. As I've said before, I'm Rune, basically your narrator that is going to lead you across the story, but I'm not actually the main cast. I'm not the main character here. We have other people for such an amazing thing, so why don't we go around and let them introduce themselves and get to know them a little bit better before we actually start with our story. So let's start with Pancake. Who are you, and how are you contributing to this journey?
Howdy. Media voice crack. I'm Pancake. I'm playing Kiun. As you can see, I'm kind of a more... what's the word I'm looking for? Loosely dressed man ready to kick some shins in. My awesome wrestling techniques.
So you're a wrestler.
I am a wrestler.
And what nation would you say that you are from?
Probably Earth Nation. More specifically Omashu.
Are you from Omashu? A wrestler from Omashu. Okay. That's pretty impressive. And is there anywhere that you would like for people that are watching maybe to find you online?
Yeah. I stream on Twitch sometimes. I just do pancake1_5. I can put it in the chat here in a minute.
Awesome. Okay, and let's go over to Hina. Hina, who are you? Who are you playing? And tell us a little bit about your character.
Right. Hello, I am playing Sakari. She is a waterbender from the Foggy Swamp tribe. So I've got a little bit of that like in between the water tribe and the earthbenders. She's super bubbly, but also like very caring, very motherly.
Nice. Okay, and are you doing anything online currently that people might need to know about outside of this amazing tabletop game that we're about to go forth with?
Right now, I'm just doing the tabletop gaming. I'm taking a little bit of a break from online stuff.
Okay. Totally awesome. All right, so let's go down to Justice. Who are you,
Hi.
and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Justice. I am playing Raina, who is a firebender, very rebellious, from the Earth Kingdom. Her mom is, at least, and her dad's not. A little rebellious. She likes to get in trouble. Has a heart of gold, but it's hard. You have to dig down there a little bit for it. Yeah, and you can find me on right now only on TikTok at Full Moon Fox Farm. So
Awesome. All right, and today we actually have a guest with us, a very special guest, because this is actually the creator of the company that is making this possible for you all right now, Artificer Alley. And let's turn it over to Ben so he can tell us a little bit about himself, who he's playing, and who else might be helping us out on this journey of making this amazing thing happen.
Awesome,
So, Ben?
dude. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. My name's Ben. I am the founder of Artificer Alley. We are a media company that specializes in tabletop gaming. We just want to check out every system we can get our hands on to find the best ones to tell the stories we want to tell. And this is our first inaugural run. It's awesome. It's been a long time coming, and it is awesome to finally be here with everybody. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's what we're trying to do.
All right, and Ben, why don't you let everybody know some of the companies that we're working with currently to help make all of this happen?
Awesome, yeah. tonight our stream, actually this whole series, is being sponsored by Magpie Games, which is the creators of the Avatar Legends tabletop game. They actually just announced about probably a little under 2 weeks ago, Uncle Iroh's Adventures Guide, which releases in September. Supposed to have 5 independent adventures you can run, one shots, and one of them is actually an adventure with Lu Ten, Iroh's son, before he died. And so you get to have some experience with Iroh, Lu Ten. There's a new location called Jasmine Island that's supposed to be like the home of Uncle Iroh's like favorite jasmine tea, and it's supposed to be just a sweet letter to Uncle Iroh for those who love Iroh. Pre-order is set to start February 12th, so be sure to check out Magpie Games to get your book pre-ordered. It's supposed to be pretty awesome. Our second sponsor is House of Games, which is our friendly local game store here in our hometown. They are currently stocking Avatar Legends products, and we're supposed to be sharing a discount code when we take our break. And so hang out, enjoy the stream. We'll give you the code when we take our break, and just support local. That's what we're trying to do.
Awesome. All right. So let's go and get us a little bit of mood music going here if we can. Or maybe it's gonna make me do this one song. Why must you be like this? Oh well. Alright, so of course there's gonna be a little technical difficulties, because why not? But yes, thank you to House of Games. Thank you so much for providing a lot of the stuff I have here at my desk right now. You guys have been awesome. You are literally the reason that we even got in contact with Magpie Games in the first place. You guys have been nothing but amazing since I have met you guys. Just a smaller shop here in Greenville, Tennessee. They also do online orders, and you're not going to find better prices anywhere else. And Magpie Games, thank you so much for all of the assets that you're letting us use. Thank you so much for, just being so cool and helping us show off this amazing game that you guys have put together. But let's jump into what we're going to be exploring today, which, as I said before, our 3 main characters. Ben, you're here today as our guest, so you're not quite with the rest of the group yet. But so Raina, Kiun, and Sakari have all been traveling together for quite some time as smugglers, helping out spark the embers of rebellion by, delivering different things, medical supplies, or, food to different groups, so on and so forth. Basically just trying to help against what the Fire Nation has been doing to a lot of it currently is the Earth Kingdoms. So you guys are starting out today in this episode traveling to the former amazing trade post of Taku. Taku was one of the great trading posts prior to the Fire Nation taking over, and now the Fire Nation actually has an outpost very close by to there that they actually use for a lot of their supplies, importing and exporting now, very ironically right off of where one of the cities is. So I will say, Pancake, Justice, both of your characters would probably be pretty familiar of the former glory of what this city it currently is. Hina, you might have heard of it before, maybe a little bit. You grew up in the swamp, you hear stories from time to time, but it's not something you got told at bedtime quite as much as everyone else. So we're actually going to be starting out with you guys walking through Taku, seeing the destruction that is surrounding you. And I just want to give like a little bit of time for each of you to kind of express how your characters would react to seeing this type of scene. So, however you guys 3 would like to start off, feel free to.
I'm really gonna miss this place. All the stories I used to hear.
I didn't hear too much about it when I was back home. How much better was it before what happened to it?
Glorious.
Well,
I think
I will say, do not forget that none of you had actually been there, because this had been destroyed before the times that you had been born, but you would have heard a lot of stories from it, especially being from Amashu and Raina being from this area. So I will say, this is something to where you're not just needing to know the information of what you're seeing while you're walking through. It's just the reflection of this war that is raging on, and what brings you guys to wanting to basically put your lives on the line to help other people out that are fighting against the Fire Nation. So is there anything that you guys have within your backstories that might express where you're at mentally when you see scenes like this?
I
I think
mean,
Raina would be showing slight, like, just discomfort, but not saying a whole lot about the situation.
Okay.
As of
And
right now, more like,
what would make you feel discomfort from it? Because are you originally from the Fire Nation?
no. I would have been born in the Earth Kingdom.
So
My
you
mother
have
would have been from Earth Kingdom, yeah.
so you have a lot of pull from these two different sides of your
Mhm.
heritage.
Yep.
Okay. And does the rest of the does the rest of the players' characters know about that? You've been spending about a month. How do you think in this past month you would have opened up to them?
I definitely would have told them about my mother, because that's who I would have spent. I probably may have only seen my father or heard of him like once or twice. So I would have told them about my mother. I would not have probably disclosed anything about my father to them. Um, I don't know if they would have asked about like, hey, well, why are you a firebender? But uh, yeah.
I
So I
was
would have.
trying to be polite.
Okay. So you're definitely having a conflicted feeling. All right, so Pancake, you're from Omashu, but this is a former great city of your people. Do you take a lot of merit in like the past, or are you someone that tends to this was before your time, you don't tend to think about it as much? Where do you think that you fall?
I mean,
Yes, it will. It
I
will be
take.
saved.
I think I would be taking a lot of. I would take a lot of pride in this. I mean,
Mm,
realistically, as a wrestler, you kind of know each battle. Its pride is on the line.
yeah.
So seeing all this, it kind of hits home that like this is the real damage that can be done.
Nice. Nice. Okay. All right. So you guys are traveling along for quite some time. You do know that you are traveling to get medical supplies by the only person that is left in Taku. So you've definitely went and done pickups before. This doesn't seem so out of the ordinary. Do you guys have any type of approach that you would normally go up to when you're picking up supplies?
I think I would probably go ahead of everybody and like sneak around to just make sure everything looked good before we got to the pickup area.
Okay. Well, I do believe that there's a role that you could do to assess the situation.
Yes.
Okay, and for
First
anyone that
roll.
does, yeah, the very first role, and for anyone that doesn't know, in Magpie Games' Avatar, it is ran in the Powered by the Apocalypse system, so there's a much higher emphasis on trying to find the emotional story as opposed to who's going to be hitting the hardest. So you're only rolling with 2d6s, so that's just two of the normal dice, as opposed to having to learn a bunch of other dice. Basically, what I'm saying is this is a fantastic game for getting people into tabletop gaming. So, Justice, what did you roll?
That would be a 7.
A 7. Okay. So a 7 is good, but I will say that you've assessed the general area. You definitely, anything that would have been pretty obvious you've looked about, but you're not like opening up, like barrels or anything. You're not going too thorough, but yeah, you're pretty roundabout. Okay, so is there anything you would like to add to how you would go about that situation? About how you would search out an area?
Just staying more towards the skirts or shadows, making sure it looks safe, just so my fellow companions who are not as sneaky, or don't seem as sneaky as the time I've known them, and just make sure everything's safe. That's not like an ambush or we're walking into something that may be dangerous.
I will say you did hear a noise. Nothing that's too disturbing because it doesn't seem like it's anyone trying to be sneaky. But yeah, off in the distance, like a good distance on, you can just see like a merry band of people that are traveling along with a cart. They actually have a little banner on the side of their cart that says the Emerald Island Players. So it looks like they're heading up the road, which looks like it might be headed towards that Fire Nation encampment.
Okay. Okay. So I'd just like kind of a signal to the others that it looks safe, that we're good, we can proceed. Like just a little hand wave or.
I do want to address something that is happening in the chat. Yes, we will have this video up tomorrow. It actually immediately after we are done streaming, you'll be able to watch it. So if you, after we get done streaming, you want to immediately go back or you want to go back tomorrow, but we will also be putting up an official edited video up on YouTube within the next day or so. So yeah, no worries on that front. Okay, so yeah, you guys see what looks like to be somewhat of a greenhouse. It's a little bit old. Definitely one of the better standing buildings you've seen over the last like day or so, but definitely not new. You see nothing suspicious. How do you guys proceed? Do you guys just walk on in, knock? How would you go about one of these situations?
I would probably signal to our wrestler friend.
Okay. All right, Kiun. Do you have charisma?
The charisma is called "I'm going to open the door without a care in the world."
Okay. So
I just grabbed.
all right, so you immediately open up the door, and when you look down, you see this small fluffy cat just looking up at you and kind of just hisses at you and then walks away. And you just hear this voice from further back in there.
Oh, Miyuki, don't be mean to them like that. They're not doing anything bad.
Cat is scary.
Yeah, so you just hear this voice.
Oh, come in. Don't stand in the doorway. You're gonna let all of the heat out.
I will shuffle on in.
Oh, well, aren't you a strapping young lad?
You just see this
try.
older woman kind of hunched over. She's working on something on top of this table. It's a whole lot of like herbs and stuff you've never heard of, and some things that you're not quite sure what they are herbs or not. I will say maybe Sakari, you might be a little bit more familiar with some of the herbs, but the other things, not so much. These are very odd assortments of things that are on there. So how do you guys proceed walking in and seeing this elderly woman?
I will definitely go up to said elderly woman and, good morning, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Oh, can't complain. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
And you see her like throw like two more things into this little bowl, like a mortar and pestle, and she starts just grinding it up.
Can I help you guys?
I believe that we are here for something that you might have for us.
Oh, that would be you.
Yes. And then she like takes down, picks up the bowl and starts to hand it over to you.
You're here for the soup.
Oh no, ma'am, not the soup. Maybe in a minute. I definitely won't turn you down for a bowl.
You see her a little bit disappointed, setting it down, just like
It's a family recipe.
I definitely won't turn you down in a second, but I must do our business first. We are here for the supplies that you are going to be handing over to us.
Oh, that's you. Okay. Well, they're not quite ready yet. But I did get a strange letter. Miyuki!
And you see the little cat, this little fluffy cat, walking back up to her with this little note in its mouth, and Miyuki hops up on the table and then just kind of like just spits out this note onto the table. You see the old woman opening up and handing it over to you.
One of your people, whatever you're calling yourself these days, he wants you to go up and meet up with him. It's going to be about half a day until I have your supplies ready anyway. I believe his name is Mao Miyoki loves the guy. She can show you the way. And you see her like reach down into this little bucket and pull out a fish and toss it down to Miyuki. And whenever you're ready to go, she'll show you the way.
Just follow the cat?
Yeah, just follow my cat.
Okay.
It works every time. I promise. She loves that guy.
I've definitely done weirder things. I can't lie.
I haven't. This is new.
This is also new.
Okay, so are you guys gonna want to immediately leave, or do you want to spend a little bit more time trying to figure out, or which one of you would actually even read the letter?
I think I was closer to it, so I'll go ahead and I'll open the letter and read it aloud to everyone.
Okay, well, the letter doesn't say anything too crazy. It just says, it just basically says in a code that you're used to, and this is why it's a very vague message. Meet at nightfall at the Fire Nation encampment. And it doesn't say anything else. You just see an M signed. There's no actual name there.
Well, sounds like a lead. Cat's leading us.
Oh, it'll be fun. Animals are really smart. She'll know the way.
So the little old lady kind of like overhears what you're saying. She's still going back to, she actually has gotten a little wooden spoon out, and kind of been stirring around her soup and like eating at it. She's kind of stuff. You're gonna need a way to get in there. They're not just gonna let you in, you know.
Huh.
What do you suggest?
Well, maybe a disguise. Are any of you guys sneaky or anything? I don't know. I'm an old lady. I wouldn't even know how to get in there.
I'm sneaky.
Like traces of dirt.
Well, why don't we sit down and have a little bit of lunch while we're figuring out how we're gonna get in?
Soup it is.
And you see her like pull over a little bowl. Okay, so you guys have a nice little meal. It's definitely a strange one, to say the least, but it's not as bad as you thought it might be. But you guys have a little bit of time, and why don't you discuss how you think you might go and get into this encampment?
I mean, I can sneak in, open a door.
Steal some clothes.
Yeah, steal some clothes. That works.
So we can do the good old 1-2 and.
Maybe you guys could go and find somebody out on the old roadway.
Yeah, that too.
Planning.
Now that you mention it, we did see those people going up the way. We could divest them of their extra uniforms.
Yeah, I'm
As a
down.
moral and wrong, I'm okay with it.
Okay, so you once you guys are done eating, Miyuki, it seems like she's ready to go. She's tired of waiting on you guys. You've been taking too long. She's got other cat things to do today. So you guys are following Miyuki up the roadway, and after I'd say about hour and a half, you do because you guys are walking at a little bit of a faster pace, come upon the Emerald Island players. They're just walking along. You can see they're almost within sight distance of the gates. How do you want to approach them, though?
You said that they had a cart.
Yes.
Since they are performers, would they happen to have a chest filled with clothing?
You'd have to give me a roll for something like that. So, let's
Let
see.
me.
There is one on there that would be good for this. Actually, a few. It depends on what type of. But I would say you're probably going to try and assess the situation, right?
Yeah, I think assessing the situation would be the best way to go about this. So.
Okay. All right. So why don't you assess the situation, and let's see how after we figure out your role, how you're going to approach it.
Okay, so that's So that's going to be a 7 altogether.
A 7? Okay. So you do roll a 7, and when you're looking, I would say that you do see kind of a random assortment of clothes, but you don't really see anything like one specific chest or anything. So you're free to convey that back to your crew. I would say that you guys are probably slinking behind a little bit, trying to at least be somewhat inconspicuous.
So, I could use my roguish charm to try to convince them that they may need some extra help with whatever they are trying to do to get in. If that would work, guys.
I think that trying to convince them that they need some help is a great idea.
Okay. So are all of you going to
help with it.
approach? Or is it only going to be Raina that approaches, or are all of you going to go with her as you approach?
I will at least be a step or two behind her. Maybe not like on par with her, but I'll be at least a little bit behind.
Okay.
Not to look weird, but like just as like a hey, I'm here kind of thing.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So
I'm gonna pick out whoever seems to be the leader of this group, and that's who I would target to go talk to.
Okay. So you walk up and you see this man with well, I guess it would be somewhat of like a top hat on. He's wearing these gloves that fingers have been cut off of, and very obviously cut off of. These were not made that way. He sees you approaching us. Oh, well, hello there, young lady. How can I help you today?
Well, hello. Me and my friends, looking for some extra work. Do you need any extra hands? I mean, we want the experience, kind of like an internship. Like to take back to wherever we may go in our futures to use it on our resume. It would be really nice experience.
Okay. Do you have a role for this roguish charm?
I do. I can
Okay.
either use creativity or harmony, whichever one works better for me.
Okay.
I'm going to use creativity, and that will be with my +1 on that is going to be a 9.
A 9. Okay. So it's not perfect. You have impressed them. It looks like. Wow, that's quite impressive. How many of you did you say that there are?
There's 3 of us. The cat will not be staying around. I think that she's going to go home.
That's
But
quite
there's 3 of
disappointing. We
us.
could have used a cat in our act.
Oh, unfortunately, she's not our cat. Kind of followed us.
Do any of you know any tricks, performers, anything of that assortment that might be helpful to us?
I could do a handstand.
Quite impressive. I can't even do that. What about the rest of your group?
I could pick up a guy and body slam him.
Ooh, that's quite impressive. What else can you do, young guy?
General wrestling moves. Have you heard of this thing called from the top rope?
From the top rope. Hey kids! And all of a sudden you see 4 little heads popping out of the carriage that they have, the little and they go, oh, we've got rope! One of them like holds up and they have like a rope that they're holding on. Ha! Put that on top of the rope.
All right. How many ropes are there?
So then you see all the other 3 kids pop in and pop back out. We have 4 total ropes! Come on down!
I need you to stretch. Give me 3 ropes. I want you to stretch them out, and I need a pleasant volunteer.
Well, let's see. Who would like to volunteer? And you see one of the kids goes,
I look at the kid, and I'm like, is there anyone else but kids that can volunteer? I don't want to accidentally hurt a kid today.
So you actually look to the front of the cart, and there's this very large, muscular guy, which you guys didn't even notice was the one that was pulling the cart at this point. You see him kind of like lift down and like rest the cart on the ground, and he looks over and he's like, I'll volunteer.
Hey, I'm sure this will end great for me. Now, we're gonna do this thing, and I just need you to. How do I want to do this? Because I could really quick wrestle him and just from the top rope him, or I could just do it then.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
So I mean, you're free to take what you know. How you've been in enough of my games. You know I'm not gonna stop you from doing something.
I know. I'll take the simple approach. Now, normally I'd have to perform some extra steps, but I don't want to ruin the whole act, you know. Now let's just go to the end act, the fun part. Go ahead and just lie down in like the center, a little bit away from the rope.
Oh, okay. And you see the kid's kind of setting up. You see the large man doing as you tell him. All right.
Now,
I think I got it right.
all right, I'll promise to not to make this hurt. I hope. And
wait,
I'm gonna,
what?
I'm gonna climb up the ropes.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna full on. Oh, this is a good question. We're gonna frog slam him, the one that I just recently learned about.
Oh, the frog splash.
Frog splash.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. I would say rely on your skills and training.
Roll with focus. My negative one. I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. Okay. Okay. So you definitely land the move on him, but it's not completely clean. You can see that although the move was performed very well, you very much scared the living tar out of this very large man. He did not expect you to do that, and so like do you stay on top of him? What do you do after you splash on top of him?
I say, I'm gonna really quickly say it, but just roll with it. It's part of the act. I'm not gonna restrain you. Can I do like the wrestling, like lift up the leg?
Oh yeah, sure. You lift it up and you hear, oh no!
1, 2, 3. And I put the leg down and I stand up and I go. Ah!
And you see this large man starting to like scramble and crawl behind the cart. Well, that was quite impressive there, young man. Well, I'm not exactly sure how it fits into our act. You see, we're actors, but we could use an opening act.
What is your play, to say the least?
What is our play? Oh, right now we are telling the story of Kiyoshi. And you see like another kid pop out that has Kiyoshi makeup on. Oh, Kiyoshi!
Hi. What time would your play be?
Let's see. He goes and looks at his wrist. He's like, wait a second. These things never work. And you can see that it's a sundial on his wrist. And he's like trying to like position it around to where it's actually going to tell what time it is. Thing must be on the fritz. Well, right around sundown is the best I can tell you.
Now, if me and my compatriots were to lend you a hand, do you think we could, stay the night by chance?
Stay the night? I don't think that's much of our decision. I think that'd be more of the Fire Nation's thing. But, I mean, you're free to go in with us if you're going to be opening.
Good enough for
Sounds
y'all?
like a
Good enough
plan.
for me.
Absolutely.
Love it.
All right. So, you guys have now made somewhat of a partnership. I wouldn't say quite a partnership. Like, you're basically opening for them for one performance. Then we'll see how it goes from there.
All we need.
All we need is a simple distraction that we can slip away and hide.
Okay, so, is there any, like, how do you guys travel with them going there? Because I'd say you probably have about a 30-minute, about 30 minutes more until you're going to arrive at the gates. Would you say that you try to interact with them, or would you say that you kind of stay in your small group and kind of go behind them, or each of you are an individual? You could each approach it differently.
I would stay pretty quiet at the back. Like, I don't think I would interact with them very much.
I would hop straight into the cart and start talking to people.
I'm probably chatting with the big guy.
Are you chatting with the big guy?
I feel so bad.
All right, so you're like, are you walking beside him, or are you like in the back of the car, like right behind where he's at, trying to talk to him?
I'm next to him.
Okay. All right, so you're walking along. You see this big guy pulling her. Little man scary.
Well, it's what we in the shop is. I don't know. Actually, I'm not really in the showbiz. Normally I do it and it actually hurts people. But I don't want to actually injure a man today.
Where you learn to do that?
It's tricks of the trade. I grew up. It was this like fun sport I did. I don't know if you've heard of wrestling or wrestling.
Oh, wrestling. I don't know wrestling. I know sumo.
Ooh, now that would be a fun one.
You like sumo?
I do like sumo.
We sumo sometime, yes.
Yes, we should sumo sometime. And I'm like nervously like pulling my shirt.
I like little man now. We sumo soon. And he just continues to walk forward.
And I like look back and I'm like,
Okay.
Send a thumbs up in the back.
So who would you say
do?
who is Sakari talking to back there?
I'm probably talking to the kids back there. Specifically, I'm gonna look at. So, is it just the kids in the back, or is the other adult back there with me as well?
So the lead performer, the one that is running most of this, he's walking alongside, very boisterous. He has like some like cane like thing, and he's just kind of like waving it about and singing a song. So you're talking to the little kids, and you just see like them popping up and going, hi, 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 hi.
Hello, darlings. How are y'all doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
How long have y'all been going around doing shows like this?
3 years. 5 years. No, it's been 2.
They don't understand time very well. It's all kind of blurred together for them.
I'll say that sounds like a very long time. And I'm going to turn to the adult that's walking next to us and I'm like, say, I think I got something on my outfit. Do you have something else I could change into by any chance?
Let's see. Up. Crom, slow down for just a second. I need to look in the back.
So you see him like kind of dunk his head in there, and then all of a sudden he's like, just like throwing like cloth upon cloth out of there, and he goes,
What are you looking for exactly? We have a little bit of everything.
Any dress, any robes, anything that'll just cover up the stain that I've got on my dress. I just don't want to, I don't want anybody to see that I made a mess on myself.
Let's see. And he goes
down in there, and he ends up pulling out like a Fire Nation kimono that he has.
Well, this one's from the last play. You should be able to wear this one just fine.
Thank you so much. And I am going to go ahead. I'm going to put it on, make sure that it looks all good. And then I'm going to turn to Raina and I'm going to say, sweetheart, didn't you say that you had a stain on your shirt too?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Got an extra one of those too?
He goes looking back down in there a little bit longer, and he goes, nope. He's like scrambling down in there, and he ends up basically he doesn't have another like kimono in there, but he has what looks like more like casual Earth Kingdom wear.
Well, I've got this.
I mean, I think I'm kind of okay with my outfit.
Oh, well, where you
Sorry.
staying? I don't care.
And he goes and throws it back in there.
I think I'll be okay. It was more directed towards Sakari, but
Okay.
All right.
So as you guys proceed forward, you end up at the gate. I will say, is there any type of items that you guys might have on you that you would want to conceal just so that way that the Fire Nation might not see? Or any type of markings or anything that you might have that might say that you're not someone that they would want to let through?
Might take off my headband.
Okay. Okay, so you take off your headband. You guys are going through it, and you see the boisterous gentleman that you guys have been traveling with kind of walk to the front. And he goes,
Hey, don't you guys worry. We're the entertainment for tonight. No reason to get hostile towards us. We're the Ember Island players.
and they go, oh yeah. We've heard of you guys before. Go on, get in. And so they open up the gates, and you guys are able to walk in just fine. But what you do realize is this isn't the only gate for this encampment. There's actually another inner wall that you guys aren't in, and you're fair to assume that more than likely, whomever you're going to be getting in contact with will probably try and find you somewhere inside of this as soon as Miyaki can find them. So you guys still have a cat with you, I would hope, unless you just left a poor cat behind.
No.
Okay.
Miyuki's been walking with us.
So when you guys enter, do you think that you were going to try and follow the players for a little bit, or are you going to almost immediately try and separate yourselves from them?
Follow them long enough so we're, a little bit out of view of the gate people.
Okay. So you guys are going to try and split off of them after you get out of like sight view. All right. If that's the approach that you want to do, there should be a role that one of you guys can do to kind of explain why you would need to separate from them, because otherwise they're going to expect you guys to kind of stay with them the entire time.
I have I could do slippery eelhound. And I can choose a scene to escape from, where people wouldn't notice.
Okay.
If that would work.
So you're wanting to see
bring,
where people wouldn't
and I could bring
notice.
any allies with me within reach.
And is that a role?
That is no, that is not a role. Nope, not a role.
What category is that under?
Moves. This is when you defend and maneuver and choose to seize a position to escape the scene. Foes must mark an additional 2 fatigue to stop you, and you may bring any allies within reach when you retreat.
Okay, so it doesn't mark fatigue for you at all?
It does not say, nope, just says 2 fatigue to the enemies to try to stop me.
Interesting. Is it something that you're only allowed to use once a session or something?
It doesn't say.
There is a condition to it. It says when you defend and maneuver and choose to use a seize a position to escape a scene.
Oh, okay, seize a position.
So, but and it's in defend and maneuver, so would be a roll with focus.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ben.
Of course.
So I can roll with focus.
Yes.
Okay, that would be. I got 2 4s and I got a +1, so that's a 9.
Ooh, a 9. Okay, so not bad. I would say that you're able to slip away, but they are gonna notice pretty quickly. So I would try and stay out of eyesight of them for a while if you can, because if they see you again, they're probably gonna be kind of suspicious that you're just running around. For now, they're just kind of a little bit distracted, though. Okay, so
just stay a little sticky.
So you guys are in this Fire Nation encampment that you are in, and you do notice along the walls there are a lot of these archers that are posted up. Like, they are very serious, seem pretty mean, even though you guys have had your occasional run-in with Fire Nation soldier. These guys look like next level type of like training that they have went through. So I would say that you guys kind of would take note to be on your best behavior. And so you're walking around, you see a lot of people just like kind of like rushing to the places that they're supposed to be. It's a very official type of area. But you do see off in the distance an area where a lot of people are just sitting around with like plates. You would imagine this is probably some where they have chow. So is that somewhere you guys would like to stop and try and maybe talk to some people at, or do you want to keep moving? Because you do see Miyuki headed in that direction, but you might think that she's just hungry.
We'll probably stick to Miyuki. I'll see where she's going. And if she does end up near the food stalls, then we can figure out, because I'm sure she probably just wants some fish.
Okay. There's no stalls. All you see is just like one big pot over the fire where you see one person going and ladling out into people's bowls so they can go and sit and eat. Miyuki does end up walking up to a gentleman that is like two people behind it in line and starts circling around his feet. Ben, this would be you. So Miyuki has found you. How do you react to this cat that is going around your feet?
I would like to think that Mao does not notice it at first. He's kind of tired, kind of out of it. He's literally imagining what this gruel is going to taste like and if he can keep it down. He's just miserable, but he's there.
Okay, so yeah, so how do you guys react to Miyuki going up to this older gentleman?
I'd look at my two companions and just point to the cat, point to the old man, point to the cat.
I'm gonna sidle up next to the man. Well, good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
I literally jump and I drop my bowl.
Oh my gosh, sir, I'm so sorry. I'll actually, as he drops it, I'll use my water bending to kind of pick up underneath of it and then hand it back to him extremely quickly.
Do I notice that she just waterbended in a Fire Nation outpost?
Yeah, I would say that you took notice of that.
Is there any way? Let's see.
I will say,
Is there any way I could attempt to let's see, bolster something to try to?
you can. I would say with how far you have had your training, that you can try and use the help action to see if you can basically disguise what just happened before anyone can take notice of it.
Okay, I will definitely take the help action. Means
Okay.
I'm on 1 fatigue, and I give you a +1 to your roll. But it will be after your roll. So, are we going to just push her luck? I guess.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Old fashioned, I think.
I may have something that can help. Let's see. Nope, it does not apply to you. I can only use it with my best friend, and unfortunately, that is not you. So
I won't take offense. Ooh, I get a +1.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11.
All right, so you got an 11. All right, so you were able to go and you can describe how you did it, but you did it in a way that wasn't seen. So how do you think that you would have done that?
I would have had my vine, which would have been a little bit less noticeable than water. The vine shot out, caught it, and brought it back into my hand so that I could hand it back to him.
So you almost have it like the vine flow along your body, so you're obscuring it, but
Yeah,
it's happening.
Since I'm wearing the kimono, it's got the sleeve.
Yeah.
So if anybody noticed, all they would have seen is just a shot of green that pulled it into my hand before it fell on the ground.
Okay.
And for my help, I'll like flail trying to catch it, so it almost makes it look like it's like bouncing around. And then as Sakari secures the bowl, my hands are on it. And this is when you notice that I'm a bit shorter than you, probably about 5'4" on a good day. Beard and hair is out of place. And my hands are shaking, and he is glaring at you. I was just straight up like, what are you doing? We don't do that here.
I'm sorry, you almost dropped the bowl. I didn't want it to shatter. Especially since I was the one that made you drop it.
Does Mao finally recognize them if he's had any interaction with them in previous experiences or anything like that?
I would say that you haven't met them before, but they fit the description of exactly who you were informed about.
Okay. Excellent. I guess as I was floating for the bowl, now I see the cat. And I reached down and grabbed the fish and put it in my bowl. Snack for later.
I don't know
Okay.
if you would appreciate that.
Oh,
So-
she's fine. We have we have this kind of relationship. It's all good.
So you see the cat drops the fish, and then you just hear kind of a little sneeze from her, and then she just kind of walks away about her business because she's a very busy cat. She's got things to do today.
Well, I guess Miyuki likes you a lot.
Oh yeah, she is brilliant. She is fantastic. Better than most people I know. Yeah, real good head on her shoulders. Great sounding board. I get my best ideas from her.
Well, sir, you're getting your food, I see. Were you wanting to come sit with us so that we can have our
food.
after you get your food?
Well, yeah.
And Ben, you also know that your friend Poe is waiting for you in a little secluded area off to the side.
Okay. I take the fish out of my bowl and put it in my coat pocket, and just look around, and I want to get food first. I'll find you later. And he just ignores them, just hungry for food. He's just so passive towards them.
Okay.
All right. So, I will say that you got. Do you tell them about where your friend is sitting?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. So you guys are
Not
just
at all.
kind of just having to stand there and wait for him to get his food. Which after the little bit of a mishap that he had, he's having to try again at getting food.
I would say after he finally gets his portion, he would like wave them on and just try to discreetly walk away towards the alcove where Poe would be waiting.
Okay. So, you guys see him hobbling over to where you see this older gentleman. You could tell that it's probably been a while since he's had a haircut, but he has it like slicked back. Like you can see pepperings of gray in it, like some like form of, like facial hair, slender kind of body, very nondescript kind of clothing. Like you can't tell that if he's like actually supposed to be dressed up like he's in the Fire Nation or where he's from. He's just wearing pretty raggedy clothing. Ah, Mao. How's it going there, good friend?
Dude, the food sucks.
I could not agree more. This is awful.
I just tip the bowl up and just try to down it all. It gets on his clothes. He doesn't care.
you see
At all.
the older gentleman, better man than me. All right, so who are your friends here?
I don't know. Who are you?
You
Raina.
with the
Sakari.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't tell me anything.
We were informed that you may want to meet us via letter.
I don't remember sending out any letter for extra people.
Who's the one covered in dirt? What's your name, Dust Bunny?
Funny. I'll have you know that this dust is very high quality from the road. The name's Kiun.
Kiun.
I like spit out a pebble.
So, Mao, I don't remember that we were going to be having any backup on this mission. Is this something that you concocted?
No. I have no idea why they're here.
Interesting.
I would still have the letter, right?
Yes, you would definitely still have the letter.
I will go ahead. I think this will explain a lot. And I'll hand this over to Mao.
I take the letter and okay. I would like to use my skills and training
Mhm.
to open it, read it, and make sure that like no one else can see that I'm reading it, like that no one else can see over my shoulder
That's fine.
to
Yeah.
read that I'm reading.
Yeah. Roll for it.
Mm. There's 5 on the die, and focus gives me +1. That is a 6.
So you pick up the papers to be as inconspicuous, like you're trying to be like real secretive as you're slowly pulling them up to like nobody look. But then you realize that you actually have the paper backwards, so you're literally just showing it to everyone.
Okay.
So
Do I notice?
yeah, it takes you about like a good 5 or 6 seconds when you're thinking that there's nothing on this letter, that they're trying to deceive you right now.
Okay. So like, there's nothing here, and I crumple it up and just put it in my pocket.
So all of you guys definitely see that, and you see your friend there being like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I seen your little M signature there, Mao. It's on the other side of the paper. You were looking at it wrong."
I reach in that pocket and I pull it out with the fish, hoping that the mess of the fish ruins the letter.
I would say that it's slightly more soggy than before, but it's still pretty legible.
Okay. Like, oh, look at that. I guess I did. Old age. Yeah.
Look, we don't need that many more people getting in our business. We got to be as discreet as we can here. So, I mean, I don't even know who you guys are. I don't know what you're trying to do. Like, who are you? What good are you to us trying to do what we're trying to do here? You don't even know what we're trying to do. I'm assuming.
I know the one has plants. That's all I know.
Got
I know we were
plants.
told to move medicine, like down low.
Yeah, I don't know either. I could have been letter could have got misplaced, delivered wrong. I don't know why the cat would have brought him here.
The cat. Why would a cat bring anyone anywhere?
Well, look, we're here now. We're happy to help.
We were especially sent to you from the lovely little old lady down the road.
Who's got a cat? Like a porcupine cat, or like a skunk cat, or what kind of cat are we talking here?
It's just a cat.
That's
Miss
weird.
It is very
Cat
weird.
kind.
Well, it is lunchtime. Do you think we have time to do the thing? Because everyone's here, and I guess we have lookout now. So what's the problem? Yeah, we got 3 lookouts. They can look stuff out.
Man, you're really risking it. This is not exactly the most easy infiltration that we've ever had to deal with. How the world did y'all even get in here?
And at this point, like, I would be like, I blend in, and I'm gonna do like a small fireball in my hand. I was like, I blend in.
Yeah, she's got matches. We're good.
Yeah, brought one of them with you. Good lordy. Well, guess we should probably eat, and then we can discuss exactly what we're going to be doing. So on that note, we're actually going to be taking us a little 5-minute break where our amazing people that are playing right now have a chance to go to the bathroom, go get a snack, whatever you want to do. And, well, we don't have anything prepared this time, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of a showing of some of the things that this game offers while they get a chance to go and get a chance to take a break. So let's flip over to where it's just me again. All right, so let's talk Avatar Legends. 1 second, I'll mute you guys. Boom, there we go. All right, so we are playing Avatar Legends, the role-playing game. A fantastic book, might I add. If you are new to tabletop gaming, this is such a fantastic game to get into because it puts so much more of the emphasis on the story. You're not having a whole lot of dice to keep up with, and it's a universe that so many people already know. And if you don't already know it, you're only a few episodes away from getting a fantastic introduction to one of the greatest kids series of all time. And I say kids series, but the further you go into it, the more that you're getting like very mature themes. And that's one of the reasons that this is such a fantastic game for that. It's simple enough where you have the 2d6, which, you know, a lot of people get intimidated when they're first starting out. Because you're looking at all these different dice, you don't know which ones are which. So only happen to do 2 very basic of your d6, which I actually have some of the official ones here from Avatar Legends, which I love these dice, even though as the GM, if you're running the game, you're not even going to be rolling anything because you're just narratively explaining to everyone what is happening. So, oh yeah, for the dice goblins out there, you can still buy dice, but you get to go in a different direction with it than you normally would because you're going to be getting d6 instead. You can also go and get the GM screen. I highly suggest this for if you're doing like at the table, especially. It's a little bit crowded for me to have it open, but let's go and give this a little bit of a look. And this was actually given to us by House of Games, who is one of the local shops here in East Tennessee in Greenville. And please go and give them like a drop-in, say hi, say that we sent you, go and buy something from them. I believe that when we come back from the break, Ben might have a code for us to where you might even be able to get a discount from them. But like, look at this screen. It's so pretty. It's got all the information that you could ever want on there. So it's super easy to just pick up and start running this game. But if you need a little bit more help with it and you just like to have something small in front of you, they have the combat action deck that has multiple copies of how to do the basic things in this game. So, which is nice because if you're playing at a table, you can actually pass them out to each of your players. They can just lay them out in front of you, much like I'm doing here, because at a computer desk, it is so much easier to just have small cards here since I don't have a larger table to spread out and have my full normal Game Master setup. And one of the things I love about these cards is the card stock is just fantastic. For anyone that has been playing trading card games or just collects different cards like I do, card stock can be one of the most frustrating things in the world if after using them once or twice they're already getting frayed. But you're not going to have to worry about that with these cards because they are built amazingly. And one of the things that Ben was talking about earlier is that over this next week, they are going to be taking pre-orders for the new Uncle Iroh game. So that is very, very exciting. And what's nice about it is you don't have to just go through the entire book. You can piece little pieces of Iroh into your story because this story is actually going to be spanning over different eras. So you can either just go through it with a group and basically make it like a trek beyond different through different eras, or you can just go and throw it into your story, or simply make it a little one-shot when you're just wanting to go and have a little fun with your friends playing Avatar, or maybe want to introduce more people to it. So I know I'm definitely looking forward to it. And if you pre-order, if I'm not mistaken, you will also be able to get an Uncle Iroh dice tray, which is so cool. I haven't seen it yet, but I kind of want it already just because it has Uncle Iroh. Like, so excited for that. That just sounds awesome to me. Let's go back to the rest of our cast, see how they are doing, and before we get started again, just maybe get some words on how they're feeling about this game so far. All right, and you guys are back on camera. They can see you again. All right, so, and hear you. How are you guys feeling about the game so far? How are you liking this system? Because I know this is the first campaign any of us have done. This is the first time of me running it beyond the little 20 minutes we test played it. So we're all very new to this. How are you guys enjoying this system?
Personal opinion, I like it a lot more so far. Because the few times, a lot of the times when I play D&D, it's very like, most of my friends play it very combat focused. I really like how this one, you're forced to role play, and I enjoy it much more, frankly.
Yeah, because you've played some different tabletop games with me before, primarily Dungeons and Dragons, and you're one of the reasons I wanted to bring you into this, even though you are new to the Avatar universe, was because you are someone that likes to get very goofy with your stories, much like myself. So we always keep each other on edge with what goofiness we are doing. So going through this story for the first time like you are, and also role-playing it out for the first time, how do you feel accessibility-wise? How easy was it for you to kind of flow into this world, even though it's newer to you?
System-wise, I looked at it for 30 minutes, like before we did the one shot, and I understood it.
Yeah.
Very easy to understand.
Very easy.
Highly recommend.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
right.
think that, along with the Avatar series, is very easy to get into. Give it a watch if you haven't.
And
that is a demand.
Hina, you're also new to the Avatar: The Last Airbender series. How are you feeling about this universe so far? Feeling about the series in general, and does this feel like a game that you are going to flow into more often, even after you are done with this campaign?
I love the universe. I just started the show a couple of months ago, and it's just so vast. There's just so, like, it's not hard to get into. It's really easy, but there is so much of it. There's so much substance to it. And I definitely like the game in the aspect of it's very free. Like, I can do pretty much, like, I have to roll for some stuff, but I can still do, like, I make my own decisions, and it's not really like, there's not like rigid boxes of, like, oh, you can only do it this way or that way. It's very like, I want to do this, and then we'll see how that plays into the game mechanic later.
Very true.
And I do really appreciate that aspect of the game.
Yeah. All right. So, and Justice, you are one of our residential Avatar geeks. Much like myself, someone that has watched many times over and has many, many opinions about the things that have happened in the Avatarverse. How are you feeling about this game?
I am loving it, simply because, and Ben knows this, I am a very roleplay driven player. Roleplay, combat, like those kind of things. Anything that has to do with roleplay, so I love it. And I love that because this is an Avatar. I love everything Avatar. I have since, like, I was a little kid watching it on Nickelodeon. So having that with the roleplay, it has been amazing. Like, just not having to roll much for things, and kind of like having that free of, it's not being like, oh, this is a stealth check, or I love D&D, so like so it's not like taking the place, but it's an amazing side piece. Like, it's amazing, like they flow together.
Yeah, definitely. So. All right, now let's turn over to Bennifer. Ben. So I actually have a little bit of a different thing to ask you. First, do we have a code for House of Games?
We do have a code. If you guys go to houseofgames.store, you can use our discount code. It's all one word, lowercase, Artificer Alley 15.
Artificer Alley 15, and it looks like we actually have that down in our chat as well. So awesome. Yes, Artificer Alley 15, and also I would also like to give you a chance to hype up the amazing artist that did the art for your characters. Like, I feel like this is someone that is near and dear to you, that you know a little bit better than I do, so I feel like you should be the person that goes and blows some smoke up his booty for him.
Absolutely. Because he deserves it for putting out all the artwork that you see for the characters. He did it on a 24-hour notice. And his name is Eli Berney. We appreciate him so much. You can follow our link space. You can see a link to his Instagram. Check out his artwork. His commissions are open. Highly recommended. I've watched this dude put out so much work, and for a lot of the tables that we've ran here, and it's always great. And everything we gave him, he has delivered every time. So we're looking forward to seeing more of his work as this series goes.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ben, and thank you so much, Eli, for making these characters look so beautiful. And beautiful they are. Even the older ones, for those that, like a little bit more gray in their man, just, we have the old man in the group today. So,
thanks. Thanks for that.
I wanted to remind you that you have more gray in your beard than I do, good sir.
Don't worry, it's coming.
Oh, I can't wait. I am going to be a silver fox one day. All right.
You keep working with me, you're going to be getting a lot of gray.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, so back to the story we go. We are still in the encampment. You guys are sitting down, just having, some of you having ate. You guys ate before you even went to the camp, but Mao, I would say you're probably finishing up, and this gives you a chance to explain why are they there? What is the mission that is going on that you and this gentleman are about to try and do?
So, being as small as he is, he kind of steps up in the middle, hobbles on because he has a peg leg. So, you see him kind of like hobble into the middle of the circle and waves you all close. You notice everyone is taller than him. And he's like, okay, we're here because there's supposed to be information on where there is a Fire Nation prison offshore. And they've been capturing earthbenders and putting them away there. And we need to see what we can do about trying to free them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's supposed to be it's a village further south. That's as close as we've got, but we don't know anything else. So we're hoping to try to find correspondence back and forth from that prison to here to see if we can narrow it down. So hopefully in the commander's quarters we'll be able to find something.
Okay, so this gives you guys a bit of an opportunity. How do you respond to this information if that's what you guys are after? It's a little bit more high stakes than what you guys are used to with your normal missions of, taking food supplies to a rebel encampment.
Okay.
This is not what I signed up
Alrighty
for.
then.
A little more than I signed on for, but any chance I get to stick it to the man, love it.
Matches gets it. We're good.
Alright, but that ain't the question, guys. The question is, how are you even going to be able to help us? We got to break into the inner circle of this place, go into one of the main chambers, and go into the information desk and try and grab this thing. Like, how are you guys going to be able to help us?
How easy would it be for you to get me a uniform?
A uniform? I mean, I'm sure that you can go into laundry. It's down there. You can't miss it. It smells awful. You can probably get yourself a few uniforms there if you really wanted.
Because I feel like I can infiltrate pretty easily into the captain's quarters. I would blend in very well.
Okay, so you want to try and go and get a uniform to help with the infiltration.
Yes, to get what we need out of the captain's quarters.
Okay, I'm digging it. What about Kiun and Sakari? What do you guys think that you're gonna do? Is this something that you're gonna try and do alone? Separate from them?
No. You don't get to go nowhere without me. Not gonna leave you alone by yourself.
I love the optimism. Love it. Let's keep that going. However, can you do this? And I again do the fire in my hand.
I take off my peg leg and pull out a storage of matches. And there's all kinds of stuff stored in the hollow of his peg leg. Puts it back and lights a match.
You see Poe pull out like a little flask and pour it on the ground, and it points at that point for you to where to throw the match.
And drop it.
Look, what magic do, isn't it fantastic?
Okay. To start, keep working on it. May come naturally one day to you.
You never know.
Yeah.
People are known to get the fire bending in the 50s.
There's a first for everything. That being said, can your match trick find his office?
I'm sure I could ask around. I would assume you guys knew where the office was. You know where the laundry is.
I'll look at Poe.
Hey, so I have a general idea. I'm not gonna say that I know where it's at. I know it's in the inner circle, and I know that we gotta go more towards the center of it. That big tower. You can't miss it. There's a big tower right out of the middle of this thing. It's gotta be up there somewhere. One of them rooms. Probably one towards the top, I would guess.
Makes sense. Typically, that's how these things work. I've heard.
Yeah, important people, they go up top.
I grew up hearing that. Yeah.
Yep. Fire Nation saying, we all say it.
I've never heard it.
I stick around long enough. You'll
stronger you.
You can't hear nothing anyway, Mal. What are you talking about?
What?
Exactly. Okay, so Raina, you want to go and try to you're gonna go and try and retrieve clothing, I'm assuming, to try and disguise them.
Yeah.
Alright, so you definitely, it doesn't take you any time at all going by yourself to go and find where the laundry is at. You, like you said, the smell atrocious. It's very bad. Very bad. Deodorant, we're not sure. Magpie, please tell us deodorant and Avatar? Yay, nay.
So comes
I
in
need a
a scent of
deodorant item.
cactus juice.
So you do see like this really scrawny looking like firebending soldier walking out in armor that looks a little bit too big for him. And how do you respond to him, or do you just try and slink by him without him noticing? How do you approach the situation as you are going towards the entrance of the laundry area?
I would try to act like nonchalantly, like, oh, I'm supposed to be here. Like I left my uniform to get washed, and now I'm coming to retrieve it.
Okay.
So
You
just
hear
kind of like nod, very very like shoulders back, like I'm a soldier. I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah. So this guy's got like the full like face mask and everything. Like it's the you can't even see it, but it's like kind of like the helmet's wobbling a little bit because it's too big on, and you hear under his breath, "They never have them in my size. Never in my size, I swear." And he just goes walking off angry, and you're able to just walk right in, no problem.
Okay, and I'm gonna. Is there anyone else in there, or is it just empty?
Yeah, it seems like it's empty right now. It's starting to get later at night, so the people that would normally do laundry are kind of done. You can see that the laundry for the day, you can see there's baskets, that there might be an occasional person that comes in and throws some clothes in there for tomorrow, but the people that are normally in there washing are no longer in there now.
Okay. So I'm gonna find one that fits me, and I'm gonna get it on. Like, all these are just too tight. Always.
So how familiar would you say you are with like Fire Nation like clothing? Would you say that because you grew up in a settlement close by here, but it was a combination more of like earthbenders with an occasional firebender in there, correct?
Yes, and I would have probably as a kid, a little kid, I would have gone in and out of Fire Nation areas, just doing mischievous things. So I would have seen plenty of firebenders and how they dress and act and behave.
Okay, so I would say more than the average person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that you get the perfect sizes for you, but you are able to at least put together the correct pieces to where you have a uniform that looks right at least, whereas the average person that's not from that area, like let's say that Sakari had went in there to try and get an outfit, she would have probably gotten a few pieces wrong. Like you got it pretty well put together. But are you only grabbing one set, or are you trying to grab more than one?
I would have put mine on, and then maybe grabbed one just in case it was needed, but hoping that I was going to be the only one sneaking, and just afraid that things might go wrong.
Okay, so you definitely are able to grab another set. I will say you have no clue what your friend's sizes would be, though. So you're kind of randomized on that side of it. But you're able to get another pair. Nobody's really noticing, and you're able to make your way back to where everyone is still sitting around the chow area.
I look over at Poe, and look from Poe back to Raina, and back to Poe. Does that uniform look right?
I mean, looks right to me, man. I mean, somebody definitely knows the Fire Nation, because most people I know end up they get the wrist gods mixed up with the knee gods a lot of the time, but it looks like she figured it out just fine, thankfully. I even see some of the new recruits get that one wrong. Alright, so looks like you're all decked out. What about you other two? What you gonna be doing for this? You helping in any sort of way? You're just here to see the sights?
I do set the other one discreetly on the table or bench, something close by where you guys can see it.
Okay.
Just in case.
I think that what I'm wearing now should be okay. if I stick close by to somebody who's dressed a little bit better, I won't look too out of place.
mean, there's a chance that it's currently because we got in with a circus team. I don't know why I'm slipping into this accent. Sorry.
Okay. So, are one of you going to try for that uniform?
I'm not.
No? No? So,
I know
guess-
I won't. I know it's too big
I
for
will.
me.
I will give it a shot. Why not?
okay, push your luck.
Push my luck.
Yep.
I want my little cheat sheet here.
Yep.
Passion. Bingo.
Roll with passion. Can you
That is
passionately
good.
put this uniform on? We'll go with that.
But I put it on with so much passion that I actually have a +2 with this passion. That is a 9. I
It's
have
a
rolled
9.
2 9s so far.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Fun.
So,
Oh wait, that's an 8 actually. I'm a liar.
ooh, okay. Well, we'll forgive you this time. So
Thank you for being honest
all
about
right.
it.
So you're
I forgot. how
so
to count.
it's a little bit tight for you. I'm not. It's showing a little muffin top. Like, yeah, I'm not saying you're chubby or anything, but it's showing a little skin at the bottom there, but nothing too noticeable. Almost stylish for what people are wearing nowadays. So, but you definitely put the knee guards and the elbow guards on incorrectly. They're reversed, and Raina, you notice it immediately.
And I start snickering at him, and then just like kind of point up and down, and then like point to mine.
I look, and I look back. Yeah, I
If
don't
you
see
had-
anything wrong.
You had the perfect model here. Like you could have just followed the
No, I don't see-
example.
I don't see anything wrong here. What's going on? Oh,
There's no dust on it. He can't tell up from down.
and I saw my ankle guards around. There we go.
Now
Oh,
you
wait.
look good.
Perfect.
Oh no, I didn't swap my knee pads. I just swapped my left to my right and my right to the left.
Oh my goodness.
So you're just a mess. You're just a mess.
What's
Bless
wrong?
your heart, sweetie pie.
Bless your
My heart's
heart.
very blessed.
This needs to go down here. Down here it needs to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
Oh, bless your
okay.
heart, darling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now am I squared away?
All right, now he doesn't look like such a doofus. All right, hey you,
That's me.
As you,
Barely.
the Planty. What you gonna be doing to help us out? We gotta get into the inner circle of this place and try and get this stuff. What can you offer? These two at least kind of look the part. I mean, the little dude there. I mean,
I'm pulling it off very
I-
well, sir.
I'm just saying, your friend there looks like he grabbed the wrong uniform. There's probably somebody walking around here with a uniform that's on too big.
Yeah.
Well, I have the kimono on. So
So you got the Fire Nation kimono.
gonna,
That's
like-
correct.
does this not look correct?
All right, so I will say that you guys definitely look the part right now, except for Mao.
Mhm.
I would say that you're wearing pretty discreet clothes. I would imagine. What do you think that you would be wearing as you're inside of this place? I would say that you've
He
been here for at best a day.
a day, okay. He has his familiar duster on, full of pockets. Trusty peg leg. He his like regular colors that he would wear for the resistance is definitely off and put away. He probably would have grabbed clothing from to work in the kitchen, so he might have like a musty apron even
Mhm.
over his trench coat because he does not want to remove his coat. So
Okay. So you're definitely blending in well enough. And I would say that you guys know how to at least get into that inner circle. You just don't know your way around so well.
Right.
So
So.
you guys are all sitting around, and the older gentleman, whose name is Poe, by the way, he's basically like, all right, in about 30 minutes, we're gonna go, and I know a broom closet, right? I know it sounds weird. You'll go in the broom closet, and there's a hidden door that's gonna be able to get us into that inner circle of this establishment. Once we get inside, though, it's gonna take a little bit of luck for us to find the right place. If we run into any trouble, we need like a code word, something to
to where we're going to need to split up, and we need a place that we're going to be able to meet back at. Do you guys have anywhere outside of here close by that we might be able to meet after this, so that way we can, like, at least try and reassemble who's ever left?
Oh, what about the bridge that we used
The bridge
to sneak in? There was the tunnel that we used. We just come back through it.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could try and go out that through the tunnel. You talk about the one that goes under this thing?
Yeah, the one that we, helped make to get here.
Oh, you talking about old Diggy? I know who you're talking about now. Okay.
Don't you talk about her like that.
All right. Well, if it comes to that, but we is it still open from the when we came in here? Is that same one still there?
Yeah.
And we didn't cover it up.
Yeah. She can cover it up. She knows her job. She's well trained.
All right. Well, where? Well, then you have to tell them where that's at, though. Where in the world in here it is, so that way they can get to it. But if it's covered up,
It's all good. We just need them to keep a lookout. He looks over, just getting a good look. We got a new recruit and their superior escorting someone with the theater troupe that was supposed to come and do a show. Don't you remember about that, Poe?
Oh yeah, those guys were supposed to be here tonight.
Yeah, so let's have them escort, person in charge, VIP, and you and I go see what we can find.
All right. I mean, we can do that. I just need to make sure you guys, if things go bad, where you need to go is basically where you went the entrance that you guys probably came in at. Yeah, it's the complete other side of the circle. That's where we came in. You'll find a little hut there. If you go in there, hopefully old Diggy will be able to come up out of the ground and help you out. I mean, I don't know if Mao's not there. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll go with that. All right. All right. So
I feel really confident in that. All those words you just said.
I mean,
Super
it's a lot
confident.
easier than was only two of us. We'd already been working on this. You guys came out of nowhere. I don't know how to get you guys up to date.
I think that was sarcasm.
All right. Well, let's go with your plan then. All right. So we're sneaking who in? We're sneaking in we're sneaking in with the actors. Is that what it is?
I probably have. You didn't bring any tools to get in?
I already told you. You have to go in the broom closet. There's a like secret door there that gets us into that area.
Secret door.
Yeah.
I can get us in. We're good.
All right. So you guys are able to at least discreetly get into that inner circle area, but as soon as you're walking in, you're saying that this is where majority of the officials are. The people that you were seeing before, there's an occasional person that looks like they might be higher ups, but it seems more like where people are just going to relax on their off time. The people that you're seeing now are on duty. So you're having to have a certain level of decorum about yourselves. Otherwise, you're probably going to stand out. You see a group of firebending soldiers marching by you in unison as you guys step out of what is assumed to be just a normal broom closet. How do you guys hold yourselves coming out of there? How do you proceed?
Shoulders back straight. Kind of like one side of Sakari, and I would hope Kiun would be on the other side.
I am on the other side.
I will mimic Raina. Like, what I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna see what she does, and I'm gonna try to copy her as best as I can, so that I look like I fit in.
Okay, so I would say that Raina, Justice, you're gonna want to roll trick. So that way we can see how well you're pulling up, because they're going to follow your lead, I would imagine. At least Kiun and Sakari. Mao and Poe probably have a bit more of an idea of how they should be acting, but if they're going to follow your guys' lead, what are we looking at when it comes to your luck?
I rolled 9 on the die, and I have a +1 to my creativity, so that would be 10.
So you guys are having no problem blending in for the most part, Yeah, there's the occasional person that'll kind of side eye you, being like, I don't recognize them, and it's a very odd group to be traveling together, to be honest. This random old man with a peg leg, some girl is wearing a kimono through the military base for some reason, even knowing there's no festival going on. You know, you guys are an odd bunch, but nothing so odd that it's making people stop you. In fact, most people are wanting to stay away from you because they're like, whatever they're doing wrong, not my problem. So
I think they could smell my fish.
Probably. They probably could smell the fish.
I think it's
I mean, the fish or the uniform, one of the two.
Same thing.
So you guys are walking along, and you see that there's this small fire bender that is wearing armor that is far too big for him, talking to this larger gentleman that appears to be of a higher rank that is not wearing the typical helmet and stuff, and he's just like, and he's talking to this guy, basically being like, man, every time I go in there, they never have my size. Why is that? Said he's looking, holding up his arms and kind of shaking the arms to show that they're not tight whatsoever. He jiggles his head back and forth, and you can hear the clanking. And so you guys are seeing this going on, and Kiun is walking by with a uniform that is too tight for him, and you see the higher up take this small guy and turn him around and point him towards you, Kiun, and he goes, "Why don't you trade with him?" How do you react to this happening, Pancake?
I will be like startled, and I will yes, sir.
Wait, what? What's your name? I don't think that I recognize you from around here. Wait, how would I recognize you? You gotta help me. But seriously, what's with the belly shirt? You couldn't find one in your size either. Who's doing the laundry?
I elbow
Someone
Poe,
incompetent.
shoving him forward.
So you see Poe get pushed forward, and he goes, "Oh, sorry about that. I was on laundry earlier. It was a bit of a mix-up. We had a new guy. He was putting the smalls with the larges and the extra larges with the mediums. It all got out of hand. I tried to fix as much as I could, but apparently those ones got put in the wrong ones afterwards. I'm sorry. I'll definitely have to go and make sure that new guy learns to do a little bit better next time." All right, so you see the gentleman is like, that was instructing the smaller guy. He's like, "Well, there you go. It was a mistake. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. You guys want to go into that room over there and trade uniforms, I guess." You're cool with that? Okay, so you guys take a minute to go and change uniforms. While you're in there, this higher up is looking at the rest of you. "Another day at work. What are you guys up to? Anything good?"
just
I
on
found
patrol, sir.
I found a fish.
Not here. I don't think there was fish on the menu today. Where'd you get fish from?
The theater troupe brought him in, and I pulled it out of my pocket and hold it up to his face.
You can see that he is pretty repulsed by this, and he's stepping back a little bit and just being like, "I really wish they wouldn't bring food from outside. They bring in stuff like that. That's how we get moose rats. Nobody wants those things in here."
That's what we'll have tomorrow, moose rats. And I put the fish back in my pocket.
He opens his eyes a little bit shocked, and tries to just start to walk away. "So much to do around here, and I gotta get back to work." And then you just see him kind of walking away. And a few minutes later, you see Kiun walking out with a uniform that fits a lot better. He still has the shin guards and the elbow guards mixed matched again.
Yeah,
Honey.
the thing.
Thing.
The
Oh, is my left on my right? Am I right on my left again?
no, up, down.
Oh,
Again, same
up,
thing.
down, up, down. Oh, okay.
You're good,
Sorry.
recruit. You're good, recruit.
Okay.
No, first day. Haha.
All right, so you guys do see that it is getting later in the night. So there's not going to be as many people on duty, but you do see along the walls there are still those archers from earlier that are standing guard. Doesn't seem like any less of them, but the normal soldiers are kind of winding down in the area, and it's giving you guys much more of an opportunity to explore a little bit more. You do see that tower that you're wanting to, and that you're assuming
that the plans that you're after, the location of what you're after would be there. So I take it that that's where you guys are going to try and proceed to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you guys are definitely able to get inside. Like I said, you're look enough like you belong there that it's not too much of a problem. But while you're inside, you do notice that the uniforms that people are wearing start to reflect those of people of higher rank. So it is something that where you definitely want to make sure that you are looking your best and acting your best, simply because even people that are wearing the uniforms that you are probably aren't typically in there too much anyway. So you guys walk along for a while. You're mostly going upstairs. It's just a lot of stairs. To the point I would say that it's almost to the point of you guys taking fatigue, but you guys have been traveling a lot, so it's not going to hit you that bad quite yet. But when you get to the top, on top area, you do start to see some rooms, but you're noticing one in particular has 2 guards standing in front of it.
I'm gonna whisper to Kiun and be like, we can tell them there's a shift change, and we take that place of those 2 guards.
Do you think that would work? I mean, they look pretty
Worth a shot? I mean, that's all we got right now.
That's
all I got, at least.
You're the sneaky one. Give it a shot, I guess.
I mean, you're free to go and try and trick them if you would like.
Yeah, that's what I would try to do, is like talk my way.
I will hang back a little bit so that I don't look quite like I'm with you, so that I'm not giving you away. That way it looks like y'all are together.
Right.
With me being right there, because there's 2 guards in front of the door, right?
Yes, there are 2, one standing to each side of the door, yes.
If I was there, it would make more sense with it actually being like a shift change, because there's 2 guards approaching 2 guards.
Mm-hmm.
Would that possibly
Yeah.
I guess be considered a help action?
I mean, I would say, yeah, I'll allow it. Where you help for this one to add mark 1 fatigue for you, but adds 1 to a roll. Is that what it does for the help action?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep, add 1 to the roll.
Is it on here?
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so you take 1 fatigue for doing this, but you are able to, Raina, have an extra 1 added to your trickery roll.
And I rolled creativity for trick. All right. Okay, so 4 on 4 on the die. So that means 10, because if I got the +1 for help, I have my +1 for creativity.
So you got the 10. All right, so that is a succeed. That is a succeed in this game. So yeah, you go up and you see the 2 guys going there, standing there. The one kind of speaks up. How can I help you?
Shift change.
Oh,
Commander's
finally.
orders.
About time. You never know when these things are going to happen. Our watches don't work after night, and there's no sun. You can see it's another one of those dial watches.
Absolutely ridiculous, sir.
Hey, sundial watches. Or what's even the point of them? And you can see them.
No point, sir.
You can see they salute, and they both walk away. And after a few seconds, they see each of you in the hallway, kind of casually trying to act like you're non-conspicuous, and they walk by you, and you guys are able to proceed inward. And
I'm gonna signal to them like some weird signals that they wouldn't even realize.
Yeah, you didn't plan anything out. You're just kind of putting your hands up and doing weird things. Okay. So do you guys take that at to mean that you should be proceeding forward?
I think she's trying to firebend. I think it quit working.
I think she wants us to go over and go inside so that it don't look like it looks like they're still guarding the outside, so you and I can go inside and look around.
I'm so glad you speak matches. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys walk in, but unfortunately, none of you actually assessed the situation when you were walking in, and there's actually someone of higher rank already standing in there that sees you guys walking in, and immediately he's like, "Hey, this is private. You're not allowed to be in here." And you see him immediately take a stance and fire erupting from his hands.
Oh my gosh, sir, I'm so sorry. This must be the wrong room.
He's like, where are the guards that were standing out front then?
I told them that we were supposed to be here. They are right there. It is not their fault. That was on me. I thought I had the right room. That is not your fault. We will go ahead and we will leave you to it. And I'm gonna back away slowly.
Who all walked into this room? Was it just Mao, Sakari, and Poe?
Yeah.
Is that all who walked in the room?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. Shoot. I elbow Poe in
Okay.
the ribs. And I'm like, I thought you said it's supposed to be empty.
How am I supposed to know? People go in here where they keep all this shit and stuff at. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, thought it would be empty. I don't know.
Ugh. Like I shuffle up. Do I recognize who this is? Is it a commanding officer or is it the commander? Do I recognize him?
It's a commanding officer, but it's not the like main person of this establishment. You can tell that it's one of his underlings that is in there, most likely doing some organizing.
Okay. Step up, and I was like, "Sir, the commander requested that we escort the lovely lady here so that she needs to see the place so that her actress could really get a feel, get an ambiance, if you will. I don't even know what that word means. They say it came from a cat. I have no idea. So we just have to let them see the place. And then I was told to request you to escort her back because she requested you by name.
Okay, so I would say that with normally you would have to roll trick. But with the type of situation that you're in, I think you need to like push your luck on this one because it's not going to be something as simple as you're tricking somebody that their shoes are untied.
Oh, I get that. Oh shoot, that's a roll of passion, and I have horrible passion. Okay, wish me luck. Hey, I rolled 10 on the die.
Good.
I get a -1,
Still a 9.
which makes it a
terrible.
9, but that doesn't make it a crit success.
No, it does not. So he looks a little bit suspicious of you, but he responds. So what was the command that they sent up with you? That I didn't hear anything. What is it that you've got for me?
To escort the lovely lady around to get a good look at the place.
Like
You're
you're supposed to, or I'm supposed to.
Like you're supposed to. Interrupted my lunch to get this to you, and I hold the fish up.
And he looks at this fish. And, yeah, I don't want your fish. I don't want your fish whatsoever. Like that's the exact opposite of what I want right now.
Okay, well then let me eat my lunch, and please escort the lady. She needs more ambiance. My fish doesn't cut it.
Okay, so he looks over at Sakari, who I assume you're talking to.
I'm talking to Sakari and the officer. Yeah.
Okay. All right, young lady. I guess, but come with me. I'll show you around. And he goes and like starts to escort you out the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna follow him, and This is just such a lovely place. Thank you so much for taking me around. We're just getting a good feel because we're performing tonight. Want to make sure that everything's perfect. Make sure we've got all the right energies. All that kind of stuff.
If it were up to me,
take her by the trash hut. It'll help the ambiance.
So they go walking down the hallway. We'll get back to them in just a moment. You guys are inside of this chamber, and you do see a lot of different plans being laid out. And you actually see Poe go walk over, start to read through them, pick one up, and he's like, "We got what we need." And you see him like slipping it into his into his shirt. And but Mao, you notice something while he's searching through there while you're searching through notes. You find a little something else that could be important to you.
Do I need to make a roll to see if I know what it's talking about?
You definitely understand what it's talking about, but you do see that it is something as of pretty high importance that it's not something that you want probably everyone else to know about.
Okay. I'm going to try to reach in the other coat pocket,
Yeah.
not the one with the fish or the letter.
Right. Right.
And I'm going to attempt to slide whatever it is I found
Mhm.
into just someplace safe, just something that if I need to keep it hidden or whatever, just some way
Okay.
so that if something happened, that even if I get searched or whatever, they won't know what it is.
Okay. All right. So you guys are you got you other two. You don't really find anything while you're in there. I really don't even imagine that you're doing more than just trying to stand guard at this point to make sure nothing else crazy happens.
Yep, correct.
Yep.
Just more like standing guard.
Okay. Okay.
Well, this weather, huh?
Sakari, you are walking with this higher up down the hallways, and you see him start to walk closer to another person that is of similar rank to him, and he goes, "Hey, they're wanting this girl showed around. Why don't you go and show around for a bit? I got other things to do." And you just see this younger officer look over. Oh, how can I help you, ma'am? Would you like to take a look at our fine establishment here? And you can just see, yeah, you guys have fun with that, and you see the other guy walking away.
Oh goodness. Dang it.
Would you like?
Yeah,
You're with the performance, right?
Yeah, we're here. We're doing a performance tonight, so I'm just getting a load of all the vibes and stuff.
Well, okay. Let
I'm
me go
sorry,
and
y'all.
let me go and show you that it's quite impressive. Actually, we have some of the greatest archers known to the Fire Nation. Yeah, you're not gonna find
Really
anyone
quick.
better.
How far down the hallway have we gotten from where everyone else is?
I'd say you're about a minute and a half down. So it's a good bit of walking, about a minute and a half.
Okay. I don't suppose if I raised my voice a little bit, it would carry far enough down
To get back to them?
Yeah.
No. I mean, like, if you screamed loud enough to alert pretty much everyone else in this tower. But we'll leave you for a second. We'll jump back to, all right, you guys have got the information that you've wanted. How do you proceed from here?
I go over to Poe and I'm like, let's see it. I want to see what you got. Is it what we're looking for?
And you see him slipping out of his shirt a little bit, and he goes, "Yeah, I got the plans. We know exactly where it's at now. No worries."
Where's it at? Where's it at?
And he goes and he pulls out the map, and you can see actually from like about it would be southwest from where you guys currently are in the ocean area. There is a floating prison there. So there's no exact location that he can tell you. He can just pretty much mark in the water the general location of where it will be located at. So you do see that it is going to take a little bit of sailing, but probably a good 2 to 3 day trek to even get to the water to where you would get to a port to want to sail close to it. But yeah, you do know the location of it now. I would say you do, but I don't know if Kiun and Raina hear this conversation or not.
Okay. I hold my hand out to take the letter. Or take the map. No.
He goes, no.
A little bit louder. I was like, to try to see if anyone hears. We need to get this to Omashu quickly. So we can get our forces together to try to free this prison. That's where our strongest forces are going to be right now. We've got to make it happen.
We got to take it all the way to Omashu. Usually we just go and get a carrier pigeon. Can't we just send it off with somebody else? We're kind of important people.
You know the pigeons have been took down by the hawks of the Fire Nation. This isn't working. We're going to have to deliver it by hand.
Listen, I'll hold on to it for now, all right? Well, it's not like it's going to make a difference one way or the other which one of us are holding it, but I definitely feel like, I trust myself more than I trust you. No offense, though, Mao. It's just how I am. You know it.
I do. Same. And then, I just limp off, hobbling off.
So you guys are able to start working your way back. Do you go and try and find Sakari, or do you leave her to her own devices essentially?
Um, I'll look to our supposed guards and I'm like, which way did she go?
Right? You guys definitely see that she went back the way that you guys came in.
Okay, well, don't wait for me. I'm slow. I just
so
take my
I'm,
time. Take my time hobbling down the hallway.
gonna
Alright.
start headed that way towards where
probably
we
wait
saw
for the-
Sakari go.
I wait
Okay.
for the one guy to come back, so we still wait for the guy to re-enter the room. The second he enters, we leave because he's definitely gonna notice things are gone.
Well-
Good idea. Good idea.
So you guys stand around for about a good 15
Wait.
minutes, and he does not come back.
Okay.
Never mind, let's just leave then.
It's been a long time waiting.
I overthought. My apologies.
What happened to Sakari in those 15 minutes?
Well, let's go find our friend. Make sure she's okay. So, yeah, we're gonna make our way towards the direction that we saw Sakari go.
Okay, so you guys are walking down the hallway, and you do come across Sakari with a different Fire Nation soldier than before, and he is showing her different drawings that are on the wall of different commanders that have worked at this establishment before. Oh, and as you see here, we have Pao Lin, and then over here, Shinru.
Afternoon, sir. I would interrupt the
Oh,
conversation.
hello there. Oh, sorry. I just get a little bit, flustered. I just get so into the history of this place. Your friend here, she's so lovely.
Well, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you showing me around.
Oh, it was no problem. Feel free to come by anytime, and I look forward to seeing your performance.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll see you later tonight.
Okay. So, are you guys going to go back the same way that you came in?
I'm gonna follow wherever Mal would have.
I watch
leading.
Poe. Like Poe, you got us here. Where are we going?
Okay. So you guys are going to go. Basically, he's saying that your best bet is to probably go back through that same way, and then circle back to the back entrance that you guys were talking about earlier. After you go through the main circle, go to the outer circle, and then go to the back is probably your best bet.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys go back through. You're not noticing anything too much, but then when you walk through, you remove the fake wall in that closet and move it. And when you get outside of it, you see the higher rank from earlier standing on the other side of this broom closet, waiting for you guys with 4 archers to each side of him.
Well, my goodness, we must be lost again.
I think not. And you see him like raise his hand, ready to tell the archers to do what they're going to do.
Okay. Are we actually at the room where we came into the base?
No, you're not at that room. I will say, if you're thinking what you're thinking, Ben, you would definitely have a call to be able to call her if you needed.
Okay, I'm going to just like do just a weird like start shaking my like joint hurts and just like start like rubbing the peg like against the ground a particular funny way.
Mhm.
You almost pick up a like a standard like a beat.
Okay.
And like hoping her seismic sense picks up the like the help.
Is there a role for the seismic sense?
From what I've seen, let's see. There is not. The hopefully the seismic sense warns her that we are in trouble. It says that you use seismic sense to detect the instant an enemy is about to move against you. So that would immediately make them prepared.
Okay.
And at any time during this exchange, they may lose the prepared status, mark 1 fatigue, to interrupt an enemy as they use a technique. They must mark an additional 3 fatigue, or you disrupt their attempt to act, canceling the technique.
Okay, so this is the way that I'll play this out then. You see you're adjusting your peg leg in this odd fashion when all of a sudden you see him move his hand down for the arrows to start flying through the air, but all of a sudden rocks just come up through from the ground, stopping the arrows, and all of a sudden you guys see this badger mole that is standing there in response to Mao.
Thank you, Bougie.
So
All right, she
you're,
heard you.
you're seeing a large hole in the ground right now, but the one issue being, of course, that if you guys go down there, they're more than likely just going to follow you. Is there any of you guys that are going to try and stay behind to maybe try and hold them off while the others can get away, or how would you like to proceed with this?
What are y'all gonna do?
So are we in the closet still, or have we come
You
out
stepped
of
out
the
of
closet?
it. You have come out of the closet once again, dear Hina.
Oh yeah, I figured it erupted us out at least.
I didn't know if there was a back slowly back into the closet.
Right?
Where is Poe during this exchange?
You do not see Poe. It looks like he has tried to slink off during this exchange.
It.
Well, that's one of us, at least.
Okay. All right then.
Earthbend, maybe.
Earth.
I look at
maybe
them.
Earthbend a block.
Mm-hmm.
I look at them. I was like, "We can't take them. We gotta go."
As you say that, you see that the archers are pulling back their bows again and have them trained on you.
Okay. I signal to Bougie, hoping that with my best friend ability, she understands me, I understand her, and I have her just slink the rock a little bit to try to force the party into the hole.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're trying to force the rest of them down the hole.
I am.
Okay. Do you have a role for that in particular, or?
This would be like a basic move, like a basic earthbending move.
Okay.
As I communicate with Bougie. Let's see. I guess rely on skills of training, or do you want me to push my luck?
Skills of training would work fine for that. Yeah, that works fine. Skills of training.
Okay. So, come on. Let's see, 7 on the die with I got +1 focus. That's an 8.
An 8. So you were most definitely able to have an opening in the ground that the others are able to get into. But as you are getting ready to try and climb in yourself, the opening of the ground crumbles in on itself, and you are stuck there while everyone else is going through the tunnel to escape. And that goes to you guys, where you are now going through the tunnel, but you are not able to get back to Mao. And that is how the first session is going to end.
I want to say words.
Jeez.
We're gonna have words with you.
Why? I'm gonna angrily shake my fist at you, you stupid meanie pants.
So yeah, that is the first session. We are running right on the time that we were looking at. So I would like to take a second to reflect probably on the next one about where you're at emotionally with this. But I'm going to turn it over to Ben, so that way you can do any shout-outs that we need to do to thank the people, and then we will go back around where everyone can go and, give yourself a shout-out or anything that you would like to say before we end this session. So Ben, I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Yes, get started. Thank you for everybody at Artificer. Wonderful community for getting us to this point, to be able to make this a reality. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Rune for taking on this monumental task of seeing this together. It's been awesome having you here, dude. Thank you so much. Same goes for you players. Thank you for agreeing to this. We couldn't have done this without you. I hope you enjoy your time as you continue this story. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Another shout out to our sponsors, Magpie Games. Once again, Uncle Iroh's Adventures Guide pre-order goes live next week. Stick around, hopefully. We have some things in the works with Magpie, so in future episodes, hopefully we'll be able to have some goodies to be able to give out to the community watching. Another big shout out to House of Games for hooking us up with the material we needed, the books, everything we needed to get started with this game. Don't forget the discount code Artificer Alley 15. I'm not sure how good it is. It may be a couple of days. We'll get that finalized, but while it works, go for it. It works on everything except for TCG singles. Big thank you to Eli Berney, who created this incredible artwork for these characters. Big thank you to Lexan Music, who gave us the track to use for our teaser trailer, who hopefully we get to hear more of. And you can check out all the links for these guys, from Magpie Games down to the music artist on our link space. I have to say this because it's written in the contract thing. All Avatar Legends titles, logos, or characters featured in this production are used courtesy of Nickelodeon and Viacom International Inc. All rights to these materials are reserved, and none of the presented materials should be construed as canon addition to the Avatarverse. So basically, this is just a fever dream, or you drunk too much cactus juice. I don't know.
It's the
It's just-
Frenchiest.
Shapes and
It's
colors.
what it is. It's what it is. Cactus juice.
I've had the
it
cactus
should-
juice. There's an official Avatar cactus juice you can buy, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yep, I've
Where?
had it. FYE
dude.
usually has it.
Well, speaking of cactus juice, it's used courtesy of Nickelodeon Viacom International Inc. All right. So, again, thank you to everybody who's pitched in on this. It's been awesome. It's been awesome seeing this come together. Big thank you to Loki Jotunheim for serving as our chat moderator, for shutting down any random bots that pop up or whatever, for just being awesome, dude. Thank you. That's it for me.
Let's turn it back over to Pancake. Boom, you're on the screen now. Hi, Pancake.
Hi, I took my hat off.
Ooh. All right, so Pancake, how you feeling? How you doing? Do you have any shout outs that you want to do?
Do the
First
soccer
of all,
voice. Do the soccer voice.
I'm not doing the soccer voice.
You just did. Thank you.
Pretty much, yeah.
I am not doing the soccer voice. I don't know what you mean.
Say boomerang.
No. Boomerang. No. First of all, thank you for organizing this, Ben, Rune, my fellow companions, for agreeing to doing all this. It means a lot being able to act silly on the internet, because I do enjoy acting silly on the internet. Shout out to Rune. I know he does stuff on Twitch. I know originally you were the Summer Sailor, but I think you rebranded recently.
Yeah, we have everything under the Inner Geekdom now, which we'll definitely have linked on the official video when we we'll put it up in YouTube. We'll share that and stuff. Yeah, I am at the Inner Geekdom now.
Yeah. And huge shout out to Ben again for, again, being able to organize this for all of us.
All right, let's shoot it over to Hirahime. How you doing, lovely?
Hello. So first of all, shame on you
Me?
for making me feel bad at the end of this session. But thank you so much for. I know that there's a lot of invisible work that you do that like we don't really get to see, but it's all that underneath stuff, and it is super important. And I just appreciate that, and having me here and all that fun stuff, and also getting to have fun with friends. That's the fun part. It's the friends we made along the way.
For sure, we're happy to have you here. Let's turn it over to Justice, who is actually the person I'm getting to know the most through all of this. We're not as well acquainted yet as I am with everyone else. How are you feeling? This is your first real experience with seeing me probably as a game master as well.
Yes. Well, cliffhanger. Shocking
Always.
cliffhanger. Yeah. So it's been wonderful working with you, and just shout out to you for putting, doing all the tech work and helping me with all that. And then shout out to Ben. He's created such an amazing community with Artificer Alley. Just amazing people, and yeah, I choose to be a better person every day because of Ben. But yeah, no, I'm very grateful to the community he's created, and the people and that have touched my life, and I'm sure many of other people's lives. And I wouldn't have known you if it wasn't for Ben. So I'm very grateful to everything, and so happy to be here.
We're definitely happy to have you. Now let's switch it back over to my face. It's me again, everyone, your resident game master, Rune. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and thanks to everyone that has been a part of this, not just the amazing players that we have, but the people providing music and art, and even like Magpie Games that provided the backgrounds even for what we're using today. They've been so helpful to us, and House of Games has been such a good group for helping us out from the get-go. I'm looking forward to doing more and more work with them as we go along. Like they were saying before, if you want to find me, the main company that I have been working on is the Inner Geekdom, and we are working alongside with Artificer Alley, and please go and follow Artificer Alley wherever you can find them, whether it be on Discord, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We're going to be doing everything. You'll find us somewhere, I promise. We're going to make sure that this face is haunting you in your dreams for many, 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 at least days to come. So thank you so much for watching, and reach out to Artificer, let them know if you are also interested in maybe having some fun with online games like we are having here today, because we are wanting to start offering services for that for you very recently, because I know that not everyone gets to live in the happy little town of Greenville, Tennessee, where we normally host our games. So we are wanting to be able to reach out to maybe you could be in a one-shot or a small campaign with me being the game master, or Pancake, or even just with one of the others as players. And we're going to be having so many more guests that you're going to get to know along the way. So once again, thank you so much for showing us support. If you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed, followed, whatever, attach a chain to us and make sure that you're following us wherever we go, because we definitely want you guys to watch. And thank you so much. And as always, have yourself a beautiful day.